I think I mentioned earlier on, I watch YouTube videos. That's the strimmer line. That's some of the new stuff actually. I'm going to experiment differently with that a little bit. But this is the remains of the spool from the actual strimmer. And this stuff, you know, just keeps on breaking. Every time you turn it on, it breaks. You've got to reset it. It's a real pain having to take it all apart and try and re-spool it through the holes and all of that. A pain in the rear. So anyway, I've hydrated it for just this morning, like I've seen videos of. So we'll see how fragmentary it is now. I'm sure that won't improve matters. It was only a couple of hours it's been in the water there. And it does seem counterintuitive to me that this stuff does absorb a certain amount of moisture. Anyway, that's the new cable. What I'm going to do is experiment with putting bits of that in with a knot in the end through the holes instead of having a whole spool. I know what I mean. I'll be trying that later on. Maybe I'll try that first. Maybe that would make sense. Yeah, let's leave that in the water. We'll need the cap. But yeah, we're going to make some bits out of that, just for experiment sake. You got your chewy thing. You taking it back out, mate? Go on then, you be free. You came back in for a bit of his chewy thing. The strimmer is so safe that I don't necessarily bother locking him in when I do that. I do when I use the mower, of course, but not necessarily the strimmer. The strimmer is pretty pretty friendly, really, no matter what you do with it, with silly bits of cord like that. Right, this is experiment number 1, thanks to watching crazy YouTube videos. Instead of putting I got a double spool that sort of goes in there, and you've got to faff about poking the cord through these holes either side. You know, it's a double one. And because they're at different layers, different heights, the spool is very awkward to get in there. Every time it snaps, you've got to take it all apart again. And it's such a faff. Pain in the rear, it really is. But I saw one of the hacks, as they call it, on YouTube was doing this. Don't bother with the spool. Just put some knots in short bits and have a selection of those short bits pre-prepared for when it does snap. And the centrifugal force should throw that out and hold it against the little knots there. So we're going to give that a go, because we like the idea of that. That's the first test we're going to do. I am going to put the cap back on just to keep everything in place. Like that. I need both hands, but yeah, we're gonna be trying that. Isn't that right, Bear? We're experimenting, mate. You just wait. Right, we have the cap on, so yeah, where are we gonna try it? We're gonna try a bit of that somewhere, anywhere. Maybe deliberately near the concrete, so that we can see if it's going to immediately self-destruct. But yeah, we're going to give that a go. Actually, can I see what I'm doing here? They're staying in there. They're not flying out. So yeah, let's give it a go. Let's give it a go. Well, that didn't go very well. I achieved 3 feet. 3 feet, and it all fell to bits immediately. But that's not even as a result of what I did there. That's just the cable immediately breaking. What's that about? Alright, let's put the proper spool in. Right, that's the double height spool thing, as it should be proper, with the hydrated old cord in. See if we can get another 3 foot out of it. Well, that went alright. We've lost about an inch or two already. But that went better than the first try. I wouldn't normally have done all that, actually, but that was going so well, we did. Alright. The unanswered question is, did it do so well because it's hydrated? Might be leaning towards that conclusion. It worked a bit. I've still ended up having to rethread it just once, was it, or twice, I forget. We've done a bit. That'll do us. That'll do us here. I'm not that proud of it. It's at least you can sort of walk through now. That's all I wanted. Yeah, that'll do. Oh Christ, I'm still recording. Well, that went alright. Okay, I had to rethread it a dozen times. I got to do it again now, but I did more than I'd intended. So that went okay. Enough, I'm fit to collapse here. I'm going to be calling it quits very shortly. This is no model garden, it's just held back for a little bit longer. I'll soon be out with the hedge trimmers because of all of this. We'll do more whenever that occurs. Anyway, I'm flipping exhausted here. I think I've had enough. Did more than I planned. That'll do. Okay, I'm done. I'm calling it quits. I've got a little bag of waste. Well, a big bag of waste to get rid of for them from the front, and that's where we're leaving it. It looks kind of as though somebody lives here now, which it wasn't before. Crikey, I'm tired. Yeah, we're calling it quits at that now. Just got to get straight here now and collapse.